Today we are going over inheritance, the second major concept of object-oriented programming. In previous video, we went over encapsulation, which was basically about hiding your data by making your variables private and using getters and setters. I'm doing a series on object-oriented programming, and I'm trying to teach it in a way where the concept will apply to all other object-oriented programming languages as well. So if these videos are helping you guys out, please do subscribe. Alright, what is inheritance? As the word itself says, it's to inherit the properties or features of another class. It's also a step towards abstraction and polymorphism, and we will see these concepts in the next video. Let's use an example of a keyboard. Let's create a class called keyboard. Let's say keyboard have basic functionality, such as being able to read in words, characters, and numbers. Let's create these methods. So the first one will be, let's say it reads in word by returning arrays of words from a sentence. So we are going to return arrays of words. And we can just split it by space. So here we're using a split function or a method, and basically we're telling it use a space delimiter. And what that means is basically every time there's a space in a sentence, split that into individual words. So that's what we're basically doing here. Let's create another method, and let's say that reads in individual keystrokes or individual characters from a sentence and returns that to us. So we are going to return a char array, and we are going to read in characters from a string. And we can just do s.toCharArray. So this will basically split the sentences into each individual characters. Let's create one more method, and this one will read in numbers. So from a string, from a sentence, we want to retrieve all the numbers. That's it. So let's do that. And here I'm going to use a special function called regex, and I'm going to explain shortly what I'm doing here. So this is a regex. Basically what I'm telling it, from a sentence, remove every single character that is not a digit. So D donates to a digit. So basically in a sentence, keep only thing that is a number. That's it. Now that we have our keyboard class that has these basic methods, let's say we now have a gaming keyboard class. So let's create that. Let's say it can do all the things regular keyboard can do, plus it also has RGB functionality, and also it has customizable macro keys. In order for us to get all the features of a keyboard class, we need to inherit its properties, and in Java we can do it by extending from the keyboard class. So we use this extend keyword, and we are going to extend from keyboard class. Now, keyboard class is the parent class, and gaming keyboard is a subclass or the child class of the keyboard. Now, our gaming keyboard has two extra functionality. It has RGB. So let's create a Boolean for RGB, and it also has customizable macro key. And let's say to do this, we're going to use a map, a hash map, and we're going to map each character or each keys of a keyboard to an action. So for example, we can say A is for attack or B is for defense. So we can map that, and let's call this customizable macro map. And let's import this map from the Java util package. Let's create getters and setter for these attributes. So we're going to right click, select generate, click on getters and setter, and we're going to do it for both of them. Now I'm going to make slight changes to the set method of the customizable map, and we are going to take in a character param and an action, and we are going to make slight changes to this. We're going to say put. So here we're telling it to map the key to an action. So basically take the character, let's say we have A, map that A to an action. Let's say that action is an attack. Let's test out this keyboard and gaming keyboard classes. We're going to head over to main, and let's first create our keyboard class. We're going to create an object for keyboard, and let's create a sentence. Maybe we'll call it, I don't know. There are 26 alphabets in English language. Let's test out the method of the keyboard class. So we are going to print them out. And let's do the first one, read number. Let's copy paste this, and let's do it for the other two methods as well. All right, let's test it out. Okay, yeah, so over here, we're getting the hash code. We need to call up the toString method of the array class. So to do that, we just wrap it around toString method. And let's do it for this as well. Okay, let's test it out now. All right, there you go. So here we can see we got individual words. So we got there are all the individual words, and here we got individual characters. Now let's do the same thing for the keyboard class, for the gaming keyboard. So we're going to create an object for gaming keyboard. And let's do the same thing. Let's create a new sentence. Maybe let's call this, I don't know, Halo is better than Call of Duty by 100 times. I'm just joking. They're both good games. And we are going to do the exact same thing we did for the keyboard class. We're going to print all of them out except for gaming keyboard. So I'm going to replace this with gaming keyboard and the string with S2. Let's test this out. All right, there you go. So we got 100, we got each of the words, and we got each of the individual characters as well. Now, if I go back to my gaming keyboard class, I have this, I'm calling this method read word, read character, read number. And I don't have any of these methods in this class, even though I'm able to call it. Why? Because I'm extending from the keyboard class. I'm able to inherit all of its properties, so all the methods from that class, and I have access to them, which is why I call these methods. Now let's just set the RGB functionality for this gaming keyboard. So we're going to set the RGB. Let's say set it to true. And let's set up the macro keys as well. So let's just say A is for attack. And let's call up the getters for that. All right, let's test this out. Okay, so we got null pointer. So let's just see what's going on if I go back to my gaming keyboard. Oh yes, because I'm not instantiating a new object. So let's create a new hash map, and this should resolve it. So if I go back to my map, main. All right, there you go. So we got our true there, and A is equal to attack. Let's create one more, and let's call this a media keyboard. And this also has functionality of being able to, let's say, control the volume or set the volume. So let's create that. And we will create getters and setters for this. And let's say this has all the basic functionality of the keyboard. Now, one thing to note is in Java, we can only extend from one class. We cannot extend from both keyboard and gaming keyboard. We can't do this. We can only pick one of the classes. So for now, let's just say we're going to pick the keyboard class. Let's test this out. So we're going to go to main, and let's do the same thing. We're going to copy this, and let's say this is media where volume is set to 50. All right, let's see that. So we are going to create a media class, our media object. Let's set the volume to 50. And let's copy and paste this. All right, let's test this out. All right, there you go. So we got 50, and we got all the words and the characters. So again, we were able to access all the methods from the base class or the parent class, the keyboard. Now, what if we want to access the gaming keyboard methods as well, such as set RGB and set customizable macro map as well? Well, to do that, we can go here and we can change this to extend from gaming keyboard. Now, since we're extending from gaming keyboard, which is also extending from keyboard class as well, we're able to access all the methods from the gaming keyboard, such as customizable map and being able to set RGB, and also all the methods from the keyboard class as well, read word, read characters, and read number. So let's test that out. Let's do media keyboard dot, and here we can see we got set RGB. So we can set that to maybe, let's set this to false, and let's do set customizable map, and let's say M, is for play. Okay, and we can also see we are able to access read word, read character, and read number as well. Let's print it out and let's test this. All right, there you go. So we can see we are still able to access all the words, the characters, and we can access the RGB as well. It's set to false, and the map as well, the macro map. Hopefully these examples helped you guys get a better understanding of inheritance. To recap, inheritance is all about being able to inherit the properties or method of another class called the parent class. The biggest benefit it gives us is it reduces code redundancy. We can reuse the code from another class without rewriting them. It also leads to abstraction by making classes more modular. One important thing to note is in Java, it doesn't allow multiple inheritance like C++ or Python. We can only extend or inherit from one class. And this is pretty much it for inheritance. I'm going to be making lots of videos on programming, and they will be both in Java and or Python. We will eventually get to doing large-scale projects. So if you guys want to follow along, please do subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.